Hello, my name is Eddie Tofpik. I'm Head of Technical Analysis and Senior Markets Analyst at ADM Investor Services International Limited. Here is your daily technical analysis of Brent crude oil, spot gold, and Bitcoin. However, before we start, I just wanted to let you know that no AI, that is artificial intelligence, was ever used in the composition, production, or recognition of any of the patterns, levels, analysis, or on any related items on these, my charts. This was all authentic intelligence, all my own original work, as I think you deserve to have that. So with that, ICE Brent crude oil futures. This is my daily chart for ICE Brent crude oil futures, and I appreciate it's quite hard to read, but it is useful to me. However, I can see it can be quite confusing to anyone not used to it. So I've drafted a simplified version to help ease the explanation of what is going on. There you go. Here it is, and we can see the market has yesterday formed a second consecutive bearish opening black Mariposa and third bearish black crow after prices made a pipe top late last week. We are back down below the significant bright red neckline, currently at 89.07 of the September to November 24 head and shoulders top. Though the fall yesterday stopped short of testing the slowly rising gold long moving average below. And that's currently at 80.92. Let me highlight that one actually because you see it better. And there we go. You can see that now better. The whole action since mid-May is now showing signs of becoming a descending scallop pattern. That's akin to an inverted letter J as a pattern, with last week being the lip of the pattern. If this is true, and it's a big if this is true, and it's still early as yet, then we have potential, just a potential right now, down in the 55.66 zone. Of course, for this pattern to fully play out, then we would have to break the low at 70.14, and that will be a story on its own. In the meantime, we have a lot of pitchfork times around us, none of which are really validated as yet, apart from bright pink mid-December to early July shallow bull, mid-December 2025 to early July 2026 shallow bullish shift pitchfork, with an overhead bright pink middle time, which is currently at 101.70, been tested, and we pulled back from that late last week, and a bright pink lower time below, currently at 71.69. One final item, and that is we are set up today to make a July monthly key reversal. That's if we close on Friday either over 92.05 or under 72.92, then we'd be on. Anything in between, and we would have a lesser outside month pattern. Right now we are looking at a lesser outside month pattern. And so far today, a higher, much higher open, with a small move higher, but seemingly capped or at least interfered with by the declining green short medium moving average, currently at 87.51, and the congestion between 86.67 and 87.96, just under the bright red neckline. Gold. A second bearish black crow yesterday after the previous session's indecisive spinning top. We have Fibonacci and upper base resistances above between 41.04 to 41.61, and below we have the bright red middle time, currently at 39.50 of the showrunner here for this market, the bright red big late January to late February bearish shift pitchfork. In addition, we have below the breached and now seemingly broken dark blue mid-May to late July downtrend, which is currently at 39.49. The action since late June seems to be forming a possible rectangle pattern, which despite the length of time is not fully defined as yet, but will probably be between the overhead congestion at 41.04 to 41.62 and the lows we saw for late June, 39.43 and 38.86. That last one is for late October 2025. So far today, not much, either side of yesterday's close. Bitcoin. An indecisive doji cross yesterday after the previous session's immediate countering key reversal down and bearish engulfing pattern, if just on that latter one. Importantly, prices pierced but did not close under the 50% absolute Fibonacci line at 63.129. Whilst we have congestion overhead at the March low at 64,929 and the October 2021 high, and now possible July 26 high at 67,058, we seem to be drifting right now between supports and resistances, possibly looking for the next stimulus to move prices. So far today, small move higher, but not as yet reaching that overhead March 26 low. Thank you for listening. This short version broadcast gives the essential market patterns and consequences. Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted both at the front and at the back of this broadcast. Copyright is Eddie Tofpick and ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here comes the final important bit.